Was it crazy?
This is from your class, no?
Yeah, but from girls is crazy.
എന്താ പ്രശ്നം നമുക്ക് പിന്നെ എന്തിന്റെ ഫോട്ടോയാ ഓക്കെ nicely I will take it and now okay you will draw nicely and I will take it. എന്നാ നീ കേക്ക് ഇത് പറയുന്നല്ലേ ഞാനും മറന്നു പോയി പറഞ്ഞുതരാം ലിസൺ ചെയ്യാം ഒരു ചെവിയിൽ അത് വെക്ക് നീ എന്നിട്ട് നീ പറഞ്ഞത് ഓക്കെ there is plus 1 what is the answer ഞാൻ നിന്നോട് പറഞ്ഞു Shiva, you already okay 3 already keep 2 in your mind.
Hi, good morning. This is Zeenath here. Do we have somebody from ASPAM school? Very good.
See, it's here.
They are mute. Go get. Go
No,
get.
you have to get.
It's okay. You can go get.
Hi, good morning.
This meeting was in Quebec. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. How are you all doing?
Okay.
Morning, ma'am.
Morning.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning. Good morning, ma'am.
First, guys,
Morning,
I'm
ma'am.
going to make sure you switch on your mic. Okay. So I have muted everyone. Let's try and keep everyone muted. All right. Let's not switch on the mics. Can we practice that for a minute?
Happy Mother's Day, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sweetheart.
Happy Mother's Day, ma'am. Happy Mother's Day, ma'am.
Happy Mother's Day. Thank you.
Happy
Same to all
Mother's
your
Day,
moms.
ma'am. This was a WebEx meeting. Already. Can't see the Another grade, not mine. Another grade.
ആരും അറിയില്ല
Oh.
ഇതൊന്നും അറിയില്ല
This only it in my club.
പിന്നെ
Only that.
ബാക്കി പാരന്റ്സ് ചെക്ക് ചെയ്യണത്
LAY layout.
Have all grades together.
Okay, good morning, everybody. I'm going to start the session, but I would request all the parents to help me, please. Keep the mics muted at all times. Okay, again, I'm just going to repeat to all the parents.
ഓഫ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്
Hi, good morning. Can you hear me? All right. If everybody can hear me, I would request the parents please to help me out and keep the mics muted. Do not switch on your mics, okay? I will tell you when you can switch on your mics. Otherwise, we can't hear each other. All right? So let's keep all our mics muted and then I can start the session. All right. Your teacher has a bit of a technical problem, so she's not been able to join, Miss Swapnaja. She has asked me to continue and start the session with all of you guys. All right. So a little bit about me. Once again, requesting everyone to please mute your mics. I can still hear people having switched on their mics. I can't talk if your mics are on. Hi, parents. Help me with muting your mics. Thank you. Let's not unmute those mics, okay? Otherwise, I'll have to keep stopping the presentation and I have to keep asking you to mute your mics. So let's practice that for now. Let's not unmute the mics, all right? Let's keep the mics muted. That means let's close the mics and not use them. I will use them because I'm talking and I will tell you when you can unmute your mic. Parents, once again requesting, please make sure you are not opening your mic or unmuting your mic. All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this webinar session. The whole purpose of the session is to talk to you guys quickly about how to keep you safe when you are online. My name is Zeenath, and I am a lecturer at a university in Dubai. As you can see, more than a lecturer, I'm also a mom. And I'm not just a mom to my own kid, but I also feel like I'm a mom to all the students who I teach. And the students that I teach are actually quite grown up themselves. As you can see in some of the photos, they're quite big. They're usually 18 plus, but to me, they still feel like children. So on this Mother's Day, I would like to welcome you guys to this webinar and hope that all the moms and dads especially take away a lot of positive stuff from the webinar to keep the children safe. So once again, requesting everyone to keep your mics muted so that we can take this forward smoothly. Okay. All right. So that's the introduction to me. Now moving forward, because we've been during this very difficult time where everybody is sitting at home, it's always very important to ask yourselves and ask your friends, how are you doing today? Okay, so whenever you meet somebody for the first time online, let's practice, how are you doing today? Because we want to make sure everybody is doing okay, because it's very difficult. Everything that is happening around us is quite scary sometimes. We don't understand what's happening because we are home all the time. Mommies and daddies are home all the time. Your cats, if you've got pets, are home, and your brothers and sisters are home. So it is a very, very different time. And it's not even summer vacation, right? So it's always good to start off by first asking each other, how are you doing today? So I'm going to unmute everyone's mics for a moment. Parents, if you're able to hear me on the chat,
How are you doing today?
very good. You're able to hear me? I can see Miss Swapnaja has joined. Welcome.
How are you doing today?
I think.
Open Zoom meetings,
Hi,
ma'am.
can you hear me?
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning.
Everybody has learned to ask, how are we doing today? That's excellent. Okay. So I'm going to mute everyone so I can continue on. And just for your information, this session is being recorded and I will try to make the recording available to the school. Okay, so I hope to be able to cover all of this today. Let's see how it goes. We are already a little late. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is the cyberspace, right? What do we understand by cyberspace? It's an interesting word because you are all actually right now talking to me, listening to me, watching this slide on the cyberspace. So the cyberspace is anything that you are actually engaging with on the internet, right? Now, the internet is again a very interesting space because you do a lot of things on the internet. Don't have to shout it out, don't unmute your mics, but turn and tell your mommies and daddies that one things that you do on the internet. One thing that you do on the internet. If you see the chat, you can put it on the chat so that we can see what is it that you do. One thing, put it on the chat, one thing that you do on the internet. Without unmuting our mics, let's try and see one thing that you do. Somebody said study, online classes, excellent. Painting, somebody does painting, that's amazing. Then we do games and watch TV, excellent. Fantastic, fantastic. Wow. Watching online information, see our friends. I know, don't we miss our friends so much? Play Minecraft, how interesting. Watching YouTube videos. Yes. Wow, somebody said online payments. I'm hoping the kids are not doing those online payments. Okay, so isn't that so amazing? There's so much that you are already doing on the internet, right? That's the cyberspace. So you can use your laptop or a mobile device or a tablet. So there's a lot of different devices that you could actually use to be online, right? Now, the reason we are here today, though, is to talk about how the internet is a little bit like the city that you live in, right? So again, On the chat, no unmuting mics. Let's see, where do you guys stay? Tell me Dubai, Sharjah, Ajman, Abu Dhabi. So please just type in where you stay. Children, please, not the parents. So someone's living Ajman, Sharjah. Oh, there was a YouTube video. Yes, Sharjah. Great. So majority of you live in Sharjah. So that is your city. Now the internet is a lot like, oh, somebody just unshared me. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so the internet is a lot like your city. Now, how do I mean that? In your city, let me ask you next question now. Again, no unmuting mics. What you will do is just type into the chat. Can you think about all the places that you can go to without a grown-up? Think about it. Can you think about places in your city, that is Sharjah? Can you think of any one place that you can go to without your parents? So very smart answers. I saw school in there. You can go to your friends next door. Interesting. Somebody said mall. All right. People will have to stop unsharing. Please don't try to share anything because then it switches off the slides. Okay. So let's continue on. So somebody said grocery, definitely school. Great. Of course, in your own house. Perfect. All right, kids, please stop touching the share button so that I can continue to share my slides. Thank you. All right, so there's a host of places that you can. All right, Yash, please stop trying to share. All right, thank you. Okay, so there's a host of places that you can actually go to. Even if you're going to school, you're going in a bus that your parent or your nanny will drop you to. You could go to your neighbors without your parents because your parents know your neighbors. You might go down to the grocery because your parents know that grocery and they know you will be safe. So what is important? Can you go to, yes, you could go to your friend's house because again, somebody who your parents know. So the idea of this is you can go somewhere where it is safe, right? So just like in your city in Sharjah, even the internet is just like your city. All right, one more time. Let's not have anybody press share or click. Okay, so the internet is just like your city. You can go to all the safe places that are allowed for you. Now, you guys have already said a lot of places that you go to. You go to watch YouTube videos, you go to do some gaming, you watch TV, you get information, you of course attend classes. So these are all places that your teachers and your mommies and daddies allow you to go to because they are safe places for you. That's what you need to remember. Remember, the internet is just like your city. You can't just get out of your house, take a bus, and go somewhere else because it's not safe. Same way, when you're on the internet, you can't just go and click on anything that you like unless you have a grown up sitting right next to you telling you that it's safe. The next thing that we will look at is how do you stay safe when you go to these places? Even if you go to the grocery, even if you go to your friend's house, there are a number of things that you can do, number of things that you should not do, right? Again, on the chat, could we have children put in what should you not do if you go to, let's say, a grocery? To keep you safe, what should you not do? One thing. Think of one thing and put it on the chat, please. That you should not do. Great answer, Anaya. I wish this was a face-to-face meeting. I would have definitely given you a prize for that. Fantastic answer. Yes. The first and foremost thing, do not talk to strangers, right? That's number one key when you go down to grocery, or even if you're going out of your house to your next door neighbor, in between, if you see a stranger, do not talk to strangers. You know, the rules online are exactly the same, believe it or not. Somebody else gave a fantastic answer, not touching everything. Yes, especially with all this corona that you hear around you, it is very, very unsafe to touch anything once you're outside. So you want to have gloves, better not to go out, but if you do, wear your gloves, wear your masks, all of that. So fantastic. Do not mind people who follow you. Do not I think what Tanya might be trying to say is don't don't focus on people who follow you. Tanya, maybe you want to clarify that statement. Do not leave your parents. Yes. Don't go too close to anyone. Perfect. Don't take anything from strangers. Good. Do not go to isolated places. So all of these rules actually apply, believe it or not, to your cyberspace. Remember what I said? The internet is just like your city. So you want to ensure everything that you wouldn't do when you go out of the house, you don't do online. So how do I mean that? Let's look at the first thing. Always, always ask your parents and your teachers. What should you ask? Ask if someone asks you to use your webcam. If it's not your teacher, if it's not your parent, and somebody is asking you to switch on your webcam, you should never, ever, ever switch on that webcam. What do? You turn and you ask your mommy and your daddy, or you ask your teacher, whoever is there at that moment with you. Okay? If someone wants to take your photo online and say, hey, why don't you take a photo and share it with us? You never, ever, 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 ever share your photo with anyone other than your teacher and your mommies and daddies. Okay? If someone wants you to give them your name, where you live, your home telephone number, or your mommy and daddy's telephone number, again, you never, ever, ever share this, what is called personal information. Only people you trust. And the people you trust online are your moms and dads and your teacher. These are the three people that you trust, and you want to ensure if anybody else asks you for your name, where do you live, which apartment? Oh, you know what? I live right next to you. Can you tell me where you live? They don't know where you live. If they didn't, they wouldn't ask you, right? So you want to ensure you do not give any of that information out to people without first asking your parents or your teachers. Okay. All right, so let's not have your moms and dads numbers shared. Remember what we just said, we do not share personal information. Okay. If you have asked your mom and dad and they're allowing you to share, remember what it says, ask your parents and teachers. So if they said yes, then it's okay. If you have not asked, please do not share their numbers. Let's not be rude to friends when you're online. This is very, very important. We do not want to hurt our friends, right? So I know you're all sitting at home, you're very alone, you want to see your friends, you want to go crazy running around the playgrounds, doing a little bit of screaming and jumping and painting and going crazy and having all the fun things that you normally do in school. We understand. We know, darlings, it's very, very difficult. But even then, what you should not do is be rude to friends when you're angry, when you're upset, when you're not feeling nice, that you're not being able to spend time with your parents. You should always be nice to your friends. Now, very important, if someone is not nice to you, if somebody is being mean to you online, you need to tell your teachers and you need to tell your parents immediately that this person is being mean to me. I don't like it. I don't like what they're saying. I don't like how they're saying it. And immediately go and tell your parents. Okay? Then, stranger danger. Same as when you are going out of your house. Do not talk to people you don't know. Only chat or talk to people you do know. That's how you stay safe, even when you go out of your actual house or when you're online. Only go to places online your teacher and your parents tell you are safe for you. So if your parents tell you that going to YouTube is safe, you can go to YouTube. If your parents or teachers tell you, you can go to this particular website and read a poem, that is a safe site for you. If your parents tell you or your teachers tell you, okay, can you visit this other site that we want you to look at today? That is, whatever that site is, it is safe for you. Only go to places that teachers and parents tell you are safe for you. Because just like in a physical city, there are a lot of mean people out there who are trying to hurt children online. And that's what we want to protect you all from, right? So you need to remember stranger danger is something that is true even online. Somebody wants to be friends with you online and you don't know them, tell them no. Somebody wants to take your photo online, tell them no. Somebody wants you to switch on the webcam and you don't know this person, please tell them no. Even if you know the person, you must first ask your mom and dad before you start that webcam so that they are absolutely sure of what's happening, who you're talking to, so that they can keep you safe. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is quickly share with you guys a video. It's a lot of fun video that I will share. Give me a moment. 1 second.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
So if we are watching social media and we are following other strangers on it, we can also get into danger because it is not safe for us.
Yes, darling. Social media actually is not for children. So that's why I didn't mention it here, but I probably should have. Thank you for bringing it up, darling. You're right. Social media is also not for children. There's a lot of things that can happen which are very dangerous for children. So you should not be using it without your parents' consent, your parents' permission.
Ma'am,
Okay?
only if your parents allow you, you have to take it. Yeah, you can
If
call
your
it.
parents allow you, sure. But like I said, you must always ask your parents. Let's quickly have a look at this fun video from Timon and Pumbaa. Please let me know on the chat without unmuting if you can see and hear the video.
safety spot. No doubt about it. Safety spot. Can't do without it. It's really so important that you always have to shout it. You gotta get safety spot. Oh yeah. You gotta get safety spot. That means you. You gotta get safety. Gotta get safety. Gotta get safety spot. Oh yeah. Spectacular day. Isn't it, Timon? Yes, smells so clean. The colors are so vibrant. You couldn't draw a more perfect scene. Yeah, spectacular. Oh, come on. Playing that game, you should really be paying more attention to where you're going.
I'm multitasking, Rumba. I know exactly where I'm going. Nice blue sky today, huh?
Devices like cell phones, computers, and tablets can all be really great. But if we're going to use this technology, but it's not.
Ma'am, did you remove the
what I
screen?
mean.
Stop writing in the chat.
And not hurting others too.
Yeah. Okay, I'm all ears. Let me just answer this first. T-I-M-O.
What are you doing?
I'm just giving this person my name.
Who is it?
I don't know. It's just someone who's asking.
You don't know who they are?
No.
Oh, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Timon. It's super important to practice being safety smart in real life and in our computer life.
What do you mean?
Let's say a stranger walked up to you and asked for your name, address, and phone number. Would you give it to them?
Rumba, of course not.
Then do you think it's a good idea to share that information with a stranger on your computer?
Good point.
That's personal information, Timon, and it should stay private. You should never give out your name, address, phone number, or any other personal information.
Okay, I'll be more careful.
We have to be. With computers, we're connected to the whole world.
What do you mean? I'm not connected to anything.
You might not see an actual cord, but yes, you are.
Oh, come on. To what?
Well, whether we call it going online or internet or the World Wide Web, it's all the same. It connects our computers, our tablets, our phones, and even our TVs.
Aha.
Okay. So, going back to our presentation, what I would like to quickly do now is see if we have the moms and dads and the teachers here. If I could just speak to you for 2 minutes. I would like to give you some quick takeaways, please. Please, let's be vigilant for the sake of children. Do not leave your children unsupervised. I know it's such a huge amount of work with particularly if you're working parents, you've got your own job and then you've got your children in their parallel classes. So it will feel like double or triple the amount of work that you'd normally do. But please understand, it is for the safety of your children. Do not leave your children unsupervised. Do not allow personal chats to be initiated by the children without your knowledge. Please remember that children generally are very, very curious. So you have to be on your toes about where they're going, what they're getting into. They're at an age where everything is really amazing because for the first time, they're actually being asked to stay online and be online, unlike previously where you'd be on their case to get off devices. Please think of screen time. Generally, children aged between 6 and 7 shouldn't be on the computer more than 30 minutes to an hour. But these are very unprecedented times. We've moved to remote learning, so we are expecting children to engage with the class and the content online. So for that reason, do think about, once the school has finished, how can you balance that screen time away from them? So screen time in the sense of the laptop or the tablet or the mobile phone that they've been using. Let's not have them go back to these devices anymore unless they absolutely have to. Okay, teachers, please make your instructions very simple and very clear. And what's more important, if you are already doing it, fantastic. But if you're not, please think about how you can insert all your resources into
Ma'am,
your lesson already.
everybody is so much chatting.
Okay, so please try and put all your teaching resources into the lesson itself so children don't have to navigate away from the screen where they are communicating with you, right? Parents, please dress appropriately when you are hanging around the children and when they are attending classes. As you notice, children are very curious. They will just unmute that webcam at any moment, and then it is very inappropriate because you've got at least 20 other children who are in the class and who are probably looking at you. Okay. Generally, parents, please be patient with your teachers. None of us chose to teach remotely. A lot of us have never done this before, but every teacher I know has been working nearly 24 hours a day trying to make this happen for your children. Only reason is to continue children's learning process. And of course, we all make up the community that protects our children. So please keep the communication lines open always, from your teacher to with your teachers, from the teachers to the parents, and the children, of course, involving the children. Make sure that communication line is always open. And of course, please reach out and find help. Don't be afraid to ask, because there's hordes of online resources that are out there, and I'm going to show you some of that now. I'm not going to show you this video, the next one, but there is this thing called Hector's World, and they're amazing. They've got fantastic videos for children that talk about personal space, personal information, cybersecurity, about bullying. So there's a lot of information that they actually talk to children about, which is really good for them, and you can show it to them at your leisure time as well. All right. Finally, most important, of course, is the Digital Safety Initiative by the UAE. We are one of the very first countries in the world, other than US, that actually has this. And we should be vigilant and we should be aware of this. I've actually on the screen given you the website and the QR code. So if you wanted to, you could just scan that right now. And that's the site that allows you to report anything that you feel is suspicious that threatened your child, right? So listen to your children when they come and complain. If particularly if they say, "Mama, I don't know who was that with my friend, and he kept coming into the screen." That's not a good thing, right? So you want to be alert whenever you hear something like that, just so that you can respond to them. Right. Here's a few other resources. I'm going to be making slides available to Ms. Swapnaja, so she can share that with the parents as well. So they're handy for all of you guys as well. And with that, of course, I come to the end of today's webinar. Floor is open to questions. Please put it on the chat and we will try to answer it for you. Okay. Ms. Swapnaja, are you there?
Who, ma'am?
Hi. Hi, Aditya. Do
Yes.
you have a question?
No. What, ma'am?
Do you have a question?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Can you tell me one thing that you should not do online?
Ma'am, I can say,
Yes, please say.
don't chat to others.
Chat with
Ma'am, can I say one thing which is not do online?
Don't take from others. Don't take stranger.
Don't. Yes, good.
Take
Ma'am, can I speak?
others things.
Can I say? Don't do anything.
Right. One at a time. If you raise, Iwa has raised her hand. Would you like to say something, Iwa? Yes. Akshara. Akshara, unmute your mic, please.
Ma'am, can I say one safety rule online?
Yes, please. Tell me, darling.
We should not discuss with someone who we don't know. They can also
Even if that person says they're your friend's cousin, or they know your friend very well, or they know your mommy and daddy very well, you do not believe them. You come and you straight away ask your mommy and daddy if you can chat with this stranger. Okay?
If you know how your cousins and
I
everybody.
can't understand. I'm going to mute all the mics. Please raise your hand and I will ask you to speak. Simrat, would you like to say something? No, we're good? Okay. So then you can unraise your hand. All right. Okay. One more thing, please remember, don't just take your mummy's and daddy's phones and pick it up and use it without their permission. Remember, they are grown-ups. Okay? They go to a lot of places on the internet that is safe for grown-ups, but not safe for you. So do not go to certain places on the website without permission from your mommy and daddy and teachers. Do not just pick up devices, anybody's device. Even if your mommy or daddy are on the phone, don't come from the side and start looking. Same thing, they might be in an internet place which is safe for them, but it might not be safe for you. So always ask for permission before you use a device, before you switch on a device, or before you go to a website that you want to look at. Even if your friends tell you that's the best thing on the world, it's the coolest thing. No, I have to ask my mommy and daddy first.
I have already one device.
Sorry?
I have already my device.
You have your own device?
Yes.
Very good. Can mommies and daddies please make sure you put parental control? Kaspersky is a fantastic software that allows you to provide parental control over your devices of children.
Excuse me,
Miss Swapnaja, how would you like to move forward? If you could unmute your mic. Miss Swapnaja? Swapnaja, are you
excuse
there?
me, ma'am.
Hi, Miss Swapnaja, are you there?
फोन पटकन डायल कर 050
Miss Swapnaja,
hello ma'am I'm here I can't
I've just unmuted you. We can hear you.
able to unmute myself. Good to go. Everything is fantastic. However, I think a few parents were not able to log in. So since we have the recording, we will share it along with them.
Sure.
It was really a great pleasure to have you. And all the students, please give a big round of applause to Zeenath ma'am to giving her time here. And can we all say a big thank you to her?
Thank you, ma'am.
Please stay safe. Please stay safe. Make sure you tell your parents and ask your parents for permission. Make sure you tell them if somebody is being mean, if somebody is trying to talk to you, take your photo, and make sure you do not ever talk to strangers. Yes, somebody is mamming me. Who is that?
Ma'am, can I tell another online should not take chocolate from strangers. Otherwise, they will hear us.
Absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Parents,
Ma'am,
does any parent have a question?
ma'am, can I say something?
Yes. Akshara?
Ma'am, you're a very nice teacher. You give us very nice guidelines. Thank you.
Thank you, darling. Thank you so much. It means a lot.
Ma'am, you should not take chocolates from strangers. Otherwise, strangers will take you.
True, absolutely. Same thing on the cyberspace. Do not let people give you anything online. Don't, if somebody might come and say, look at this website, it is so nice. Say, no, I have to ask my mom and dad. Okay. All right. So I think we're going to end. If parents, if any parent has a question or a query before we end for today.
Any parents would like to ask any question to ma'am? Zeenath ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
No, I don't think any parents are there to ask you a question. However, from the ASPAM IIS, we give you a big, big thank you for delivering this lovely talk and educating our students on cyber safety. A big thank you
Thank you
from all
so
of
much
us.
for having me. It was my absolute pleasure.
Pleasure, and we
And
look forward for
I
the
look forward to sometime again coming physically to your school and seeing all these amazing children.
Sure, sure. Hope the time comes soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So
Thank
can the
you so
children leave?
much.
Is it okay if they leave? They have a class at 11:20.
Yes, yes, we are done. Thank you so much.
Yes,
All
you can
right.
leave.
Bye bye.
Excuse me.
Students, you may leave the class.
Ma'am.
The question.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you for teaching us cyber security. Leave the meeting. Is it coming here?
Okay, Mohammed, see you in the class. You may leave the
Arush
class
is the
now.
host now. Arush is the host now.
I'm saying, everybody please leave the meeting because we have another school meeting at this
Excuse me,
moment.
ma'am. How can we leave the meeting?
Click on the red circle which says cross and leave the meeting.
Cancel button.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, pleasure. Mohammed Zahid, please leave the meeting now.
अरे हाँ पण હવે 2 મિનિટ ઉભો રહે ને અરે 1 મિનિટ બેટા જો બેટા અહીંયા હેંગ થાય છે યાર
Click on the cancel button. Click on the cancel button red on your right hand side of the screen where you have the toolbar. Kavina, Jacinth, can we leave the meeting room? Please click the red cross button and cancel the meeting call. Rahi, Sayed, everybody is out.
Rahi is here, ma'am. Sit down.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Abu,
JBLM, Can we request the parents to please close? There's a red color cross on the tool bar. Can we come out of the meeting? Rhea? Rahi, JBLM. I wouldn't know your names, I'm sorry. Rahi, do you see the red color cross on your toolbar? Just move the cursor on your screen, please. Yeah, there is a cross on your right hand side of the screen. Did you find that? Just click onto that, you will be out of the room, okay?
It will be leave it, ma'am.
Sorry, sir.
When it's she click the cross, it's leave.
There is a red color cross, leave meeting. It isn't happening.
Okay, she will leave, yeah.
Yeah, sir. Please go ahead. No problem.
All
She
right.
has another class. Yes, thank you, sir.
Yeah.